Hey, what up, everybody? It's Moss coming to you with another modern video, and today we're playing kind of a weird mix of decks. It's one part Storm and one part Belcher. So let's talk about the deck real quick. For those of you that don't know what the Belcher deck does, it's focused on this card right here, Goblin Char Belcher. Pay 3, tap it, and reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a land card. And then it deals a damage to your opponent based on the number of cards revealed this way. Okay, why does that matter? Well, if you look real closely at this deck, there are no actual lands in it. 0 lands, 8 creatures, 52 other cards. So how exactly do we play lands? How exactly do we do anything? The answer is dual cards. Spikefield Cave. We've got stuff like Sundering Eruption, Valakut Awakening, Shatterskull Smashing, Pinnacle Monk. We have a bunch of cards that technically can become lands in this deck. Alright? That's not too bad. 20 in total? Pretty sick. Well, fine. We can play this turn 4, activate it turn 5. Doesn't seem that good for Modern. Until you include Ruby Medallion. Alright, Ruby Medallion says that any red spell you cast costs 1 less. Okay, fine. Why does that matter? Pyretic Ritual and Desperate Ritual. If you can go Ruby Medallion on 2, cast like 3 rituals out of your hand, you can play and activate a Char Belcher the same turn. Now, don't check me on my math there. It's probably right. Not 100% though, but it should be. Now, obviously, if you're casting stuff like Ruby Medallion and Pyretic Ritual and Desperate Ritual, why not just play Storm? Well, maybe we don't want to grape shot our opponent, but we can Stormscale Scion. Alright? New creature out of Tarkir Dragonstorm that says, whenever you cast this spell, for each one that you cast before it, you get to make a copy of Stormscale Scion. That plus Ruby Medallion plus our ritual effects can get us a lot of these Stormscale Scions on the battlefield pretty quickly. In some cases, as early as turn 2. Because if we can get 2 of these and a couple rituals in hand, that's really good. So, the best way to make that even better? Play Bitter Reunion. It lets you draw some cards if you discard 1, but if you sacrifice it and pay 1, your creatures gain haste. So Stormscale Scion plus that makes a lot of hasty dragons to just beat down your opponent's face. Now, other things to kind of fill in and hopefully make sense of the curve. Strike it rich so that we can do our stuff a turn earlier. Manamorphose to go with this ritual package and draw a card. Glimpse the Impossible because if we don't hit anything, we can at least make some Eldrazi Scion tokens and we can play cards off of this, so hitting our land drops huge. Blood Moon to lock our opponents out, make it so that our stuff like Shatterskull Smashing, Sundering Eruption, and Pinnacle Monk don't deal us 3 damage. And Ironcrag Feet to give us Belcher plus activation or Stormscale and activation with Bitter Reunion. Cards are just super synergistic. Sideboard, it's really leaning in a particular direction, and you'll see why. 2 copies of Vexing Bauble. This is basically for affinity. Defense Grid. This is basically just for the Orzhov deck. Obsidian Charmaw. An extra Blood Moon. That's just there to deal with Eldrazi. Pyroclasms, just to deal with that pesky Boros Energy deck. We're not worried about beating the other Storm decks. we're just trying to hope that we get there faster than they do. And a single mountain. God forbid our stuff ever gets destroyed. We need this. Hopefully it won't get to that point though. But that's everything. Let me know what you guys think about this. Thank you, Danny, for showing me this absolutely fuego deck 2 weeks in a row. Can't hate that. And obviously, don't forget to like, subscribe, do the whole feeding the algorithm thing. Leave me some comments. Let's engage, see how we can grow this channel, and I'll see you guys in match number 1. Alrighty, so we are in match number 1. We're going to be on the draw. Let's see what our opponent's going to be doing. Alright, so this hand looks almost there. I think we do have to mulligan this, if only because it's a little slow. This hand is honestly not much better, but I think we can probably drop a mana Morphos and run it like this. Alright, opponent is going for Scalding Tarn and something. Just a Steam Vents. Going with a Darcy. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and play this Volcanic Fissure. Go ahead and play this Strike It Rich. And again, hope that this will just be enough. Our opponent's probably just Jeskai Steel Cutter. Jeskai Prowess. Ooh. Okay. Hitting our treasure token there is real bad. Yeah. We are probably dead by not just hitting a land there. Alright, they're going with Expressive. And what's this opponent gonna do? They've got 3 types in the yard. They've got an Arid Mesa in exile, playing the Mesa, getting a mountain, playing a Soulscar Mage. Yeah, this is just Jeskai Prowess. Okay. Well, we're at 11. Can our opponent kill us here? I don't think there's a single world where we get out of this. They've got 2 in hand. Yep. We're dead. Alright. Cool beans. So, Jeskai Prowess. I mean, Pyroclasm's probably good enough. These Glimpse the Impossibles. Bitter Reunion. Honestly, these Blood Moons are really bad. So, bring the Bitter Reunion back in, the Glimpse back in, and just call it from there. Alright, we're going to be on the play for game number 2. Hand is really high rolly. This is such a high roll, and I don't know if we should keep it, but I think we're gonna keep it. Like, if we can just go from this Ruby Medallion into anything good, we're cooking so hard. Okay. Opponent doesn't do anything there with that turn. We're just going to go ahead and play this out. Okay. Is opponent just going to, like, counter this? Dang! Cosine to memory is crazy. Consign to memory, cosine to memory. It's not a loan for a house. Alright. So, play the Valakut Stoneforge tapped. Opponent's not going to do anything here. They definitely know that we're on this like ritual deck right now for sure. Alright, they've got a steel cutter. I mean, truth be told, I think we do just play this and hope that we can do some cool stuff. Would love it if our opponent just taps out and does nothing else. If we can hit dragon or... yeah. That's totally fine. Alright. There's another Ruby Medallion opponent. You want to do something with this one? Okay, expressive. You're throwing what into exile? Throwing Elegant Parlor into exile. Do you have a Mishra's Bauble? No. Okay. Oh, I forgot. With Ruby Medallion out, that's only one. Oh, sick. Alright. Well, we're just going to... would I like to pay 3? Yes. This will put me up to 4. A bunch. Hiya. Goblin Char Belcher. And just target you. Cool. It's about to deal him like 30 something. Alright, run it back. No questions. No sideboarding further. Just running it back. Actually, Blood Moon for Glimpse. Because turn 2 Moon is sick. Turn 2 cutting my opponent off their resources is lit. Okay, so... is this hand it? It could be, but it's not. It's so close. It's so close. I don't think we can keep it. Okay, this hand's better. Yikes. It's crazy, but I do think we need to put back a mana Morpho. Iron Crag Feet's gonna go back. Oh, that was a rough choice. Okay. Opponent goes Darcy. We'll play this Volcanic Fissure, not shock it or bolt it in. And... I mean... we cut them off all of their blue spells if we do it this way. And then we will never have to pay another, like, life in order to do things the right way. They have to have double red spells at this point. And the fact that they're Jeskai probably means they don't have it. Okay. So, we'll do this. And then we'll go this, make red red. This, make red red. And then we'll go for this, make red red. Valakut Awakening. Golly. Cast both, discard both of those. Ugh. All right. Well, good news is we can go for the Pinnacle Monk line next turn, or the whatever the monk's backside is. Okay, just hitting us for 3. Mystic Peak. All right. Can we not get blown out? All right. What you got, opponent? If you don't have artifact removal. All right. Let's go. We got there. Love that for us. All right. See you guys in match number 2. All righty. Match number 2. And we're going to be on the play. That's always a good thing. This hand kind of goes off. We'll keep it. And then we're going to go Pinnacle Monk. But on the land side, strike it rich. And then turn 2, we can maybe go off. Like, if we just hit the dragon, it goes kind of hard. Which, again, crazy to think that if we just hit the dragon, it's turn 2, storm count is 4, 5 with the dragon. Or, yeah, no, we've got options. We got options next turn. All right, opponent goes Polluted Delta Pass. Interesting. So, if we don't hit a land here, I would love to hit a land. Land gives us a little bit more security. I mean, there's land. Yeah, let's just start here. If opponent cracks that and goes for a spell snare, it is what it is. But let's see. Alright, opponent cracks it. They fetch Watery Grave. Yeah, this is getting spell snared. Okay. Absolute party pooper over here. That's fine. I mean, we got 2 different combos that we can play with. Maybe it was a little bit more secure to go for the Bitter Reunion over the, like, Ruby Medallion. But I don't know. One of the big things that we have to worry about with this deck is potentially running into a, God, what is that? Harbinger of the Seas. Yeah. Harbinger of the Seas does a lot of damage against us, so this might be a matchup where we bring in the sideboard Mountain. Okay, and they go Psychic Frog with 5 in hand. Alright. Well, we're casting this Bitter Reunion. We get the Bitter Reunion. We're going to discard a ritual. We hit Iron Crag Feet and Manamorphose. I mean, what's the chance that our opponent just has no counter spells, does nothing, lets us cast all of this crap in a big dragon if we draw it? Now, obviously, if you are our opponent, you probably already have a really good idea of what we're doing. And you're saving a counter spell for either this or a non-creature that we play off of this if you want to try to, like, force of negation it. Opponent's going to go for the Psychic Frog attack. Not even going to pump it up if I had to take a guess. It just... Oh, okay. Okay. I was unaware of your game, opponent. Down to 3 in hand. Going down to 2. Interesting. Is opponent just trying to, like... Okay. I mean... Sure, bro. Are you going to play a... Okay. Yeah, counterspell that, opponent. You sure got me there, bud. Alright, so we have the Char Belcher. We have a win in hand. Opponent has a bunch of lands that they've just binned. Okay, they're thought seizing this Belcher. If they're not stupid, they're thought seizing the absolute crap out of this Belcher. Let's see if they're stupid. Or maybe they just have a counter. Okay, yeah, they're not stupid. They understand exactly what this match should look like. Taking the Ruby Medallion. I mean, what's going to be crazy is if we draw the dragon and they don't have a spell snare. Ooh. Abhorrent Oculus? I was definitely unaware of your game, opponent. I mean... You got it? You got it? You got it? You got it, opponent? Do you... Ain't no way. Oh, okay. Okay. About to start spazzing. You took 40 something. Mint. GG. The one downside is, like, our opponent gets to look at our whole deck when we do that. So that's the bad thing. Alright, counterspell deck. Bring in the defense grids. Take out the Blood Moons. And take out the Glimpses. And we'll bring in the Singleton Mountain. And just take out a Bitter Reunion. I don't think we're super worried about, like, hitting the Stormscale Scion attack line. I think we would much rather just have a little security. They didn't show us a Harbinger of the Sea, but we can't be too careful, so we gotta bring it in just in case. Alright, game number 2. We're gonna be on the draw. I mean, like, if our opponent has literally nothing, we can turn to just a crap ton of these dragons. they didn't show us a force of negation. So it's like, again, we could just go for it. An opponent has to have force in order to absolutely hose a turn 2 out of us. But I don't think they got it. And they did keep a card on top, which is a little questionable. We just have a lot of options on the table. Alright, we drew a Shatter Skull Smashing, so it's actually really good for us. Okay. So opponent drew the card that they kept on top. Flooded Strand into... Okay. I mean... let's go for a weirdly safe line here of just Pyretic into Iron Crag Feet. Okay. Okay, so they are countering this one. No. You're not going to pay for that Spell Pierce. Okay, we did see that one. Opponent goes for Undercity Sewer off of the fetch. Puts a Watery Grave in the yard. I mean, that would have net us 3 of these. So, like, we would have been swinging for 18. Oh, they're Esper? Oh, opponent's doing Esper things? I mean... sure. Would I like to pay 3? No. It's like, I'll yield through the turn. I want to have a really good turn 4. Like, I'm not that pressed. Okay, they just considered top. Okay, going Delta. I mean, you can get a really small Murktide Regent with a counterspell to back it up. Oh, no. No. Oh, they're just going Aki. Yeah, no, that's chill. Do Aki things. I don't care. Yeah. Okay. Okay, opponent. Are you gonna let me get this? I'm gonna cast this. I'm just gonna put back, honestly, a Stormscale Scion and the Manamorphose. Bro! Alright, that's 5. I mean, opponent's gonna do Aki things. There's no reason why they shouldn't attack with that Oculus there. if we can... I don't think we can really chain spells here in any capacity. Let's... Ooh. That's actually really bad. We can't activate that treasure token. Okay, so yeah, we are super cooked. That's rough. Alright. GG, opponent. You get that game. But we get to be on the play for game number 3. Alright. Defense grid. Glimpse the impossible and Blood Moon's out. I mean, hand's fine, I guess. We'll keep. We can Sundering Eruption on 1. Sundering Eruption on 2. Discard a Bitter Sundering into Bitter Reunion. Discard other Bitter Reunion. Okay, they're just going to Thoughtseize and take our Char Belcher. The one downside of this deck is Thoughtseize can now take our lands, since they also happen to be spells on the front. That's like the biggest downside of this deck. Yeah, they take our combo piece. I mean... Okay. Bitter Reunion, discard Bitter Reunion. Draw 2. Okay. What's crazy is Ironcrag Feet does mean that we could win next turn if we hit a Char Belcher. I don't like that we're playing around this, but I think we gotta. I want to see what our opponent can do here. Okay. Playing that. Okay, if they're just going to tap out. If they tap out Oculus, I don't hate this for us. But I need them to exactly tap out Oculus. Yeah. Ooh, they just unearthed Psychic Frog. Okay, well. Does the opponent have a counter spell? Oh yeah, they for sure are gonna counter this. Alright, well, we're gonna hold on to this Shatter Skull Smashing. Opponent's got 5 in hand. Opponent's got 4 in hand. Opponent kept a card on top. Again, let it be an Oculus. Cool. Still not showing us a free counter spell. Okay. Let's... Oh, man, I hate that we're going to do this. I hate that we're going to do this. All right. All right. If you counter it. Yep. I'm pretty sure this means that we're cooked at this point. Like, I don't think there's a single thing that we can do to unhose ourselves from this position. Alright, opponent drew a card. Yeah, they're just going for the Oculus here. Rough, rough, rough. Call me DMX the way I'm out here barking. That was lame. That was real lame. Alright, yep. You're doing the Murktide thing, opponent. And no matter what, we die. Alright, if you have the counterspell, it doesn't matter. We lose. GG's. See you guys in match number 3. Okay, match number 3. We're going to be on the draw. This hand's really slow. I mean, the only way this hand actually, like, improves is if we hit one of our 2 rituals, so... Okay, opponent is a Scalding Tarn deck. And the fact that they're not doing anything on 1 tells me that they're just going to fetch for a Surveil. Definitely means that they're not like Steel Cutter, or if they are Steel Cutter, they kept a slow Steel Cutter hand. Alright, they just go Elegant Parlor, bin another land. Are you Boros? 2 Elegant Parlors. Kept a card on top. I mean, we gotta win next turn. It doesn't look like our opponent's gonna be able to do anything about this. But if there's something like Storm, I don't think we can do anything about what they got going on. They would have to have, like, main board Orum's Chant? Wooded Foothills? What are you doing, opponent? Oh god, there's Storm. Okay. Opponent bricked. Opponent bricked. Opponent is indeed made of bricks and skittles. We hit him with that nastiest of Char Belchers. Hit him in the face. For 50. And we got there. Alright, so let's see what we bring in here. Vexing Bauble does what against their deck? Nothing. What does Blood Moon do against their deck? Nothing. Does cut off their, like, sideboard counters. It's like the main thing. Obsidian Charmaw does nothing. Pyroclasm does nothing. Defense Grid does nothing. Again, cuts off their, like, sideboard counters, but this is really who's on the play versus who's on the draw and who's got the better hand. And does this look like one where we have the better hand? I think the answer is no. Yeah. Yeah. probably putting back. Like, yes, we want to keep this and this, but it's crazy, but I do think it is that. Okay. If you got it turn 2 opponent, you got it turn 2. But I for sure know that I have it turn 2. Because I don't think you got it like I got it turn 2. Alright, Mystic Peak. Alright. Watch me how I do this, opponent. Watch and be amazed. This is how it feels. Choose to feel 5 gum. Alright. We have 4 8/8s. 5 8/8s. And what can you do? If you can't win this turn, okay, opponent didn't even play the Bloodstained Mire that they have in Exile, which is crazy. I feel like that's just rule number 1 of Storm. Just play what you got in Exile. I say this as if I'm some Storm expert, like I literally didn't just start playing the deck last week. Oh. Okay. Well. Do you have Orum's Chant? Okay. You bought yourself an extra turn? They got 2 cards exiled that they can never use. I have basically fixed their mana. And I win the game. Sick. Alright, see you guys in match number 4. Alright. Match number 4, and we're apparently playing against Eminem, the rap god. Okay, I don't hate this hand. It could certainly be better. But I think we can keep it. Go Valakut Awakening, or at least Valakut Stoneforge on 1. Shatterskull Smashing on 2 to the Bitter Reunion. Discarding an Ironcrag Feat. Nope, we're discarding that Glimpse, because god, that's terrible. Alright, Flooded Strand. What are you stranding? Hopefully death. Death Stranding. It's a whole thing. It's a game. It's got... I was about to say Willem Dafoe. But now I can't remember his name. It's the dude from The Walking Dead. He plays Daryl. Literally just not coming to me now. Okay. So, like, yes, we got to do that. It does feel like the right move to potentially just discard the Ironcrag Feat. Oh boy, we hit more lands. That's real nice for us. I mean that completely sarcastically. Tune the narrative. Dog, what is this opponent doing? Are you just 4? Nope, you're just 2 colors. I mean, if they just pass here, it's like preordain. Might counterspell. Oh yeah, they for sure have counterspell. I mean, we're just gonna Blood Moon here. Okay. Blood Moon resolved. I don't know why Blood Moon resolved, but it did. Their blue-white control? I mean... You let me win here, opponent? You let me win here, big dog? Okay. You're dead. GG's. Okay. So, we're playing against blue-white control. Glimpses out. Reunion out. And just run it. I mean, if we can hit, like, nasty turn 2 Blood Moon, I feel like we're set. But having these defense grids to stop their counter spells is really good. Vexing Baubles, fine, but we haven't seen a Force of Negation. So I think we are Gucci. But yeah, we'll run it like this. Alrighty, we're back in it for game number 2. And we're going to be on the draw. There is nothing in this hand. We got a mullet. Yeah, dog. This hand goes turn 2, like Stormscale. This hand goes turn 2 Stormscale. If we can hit turn 2 Stormscale, we cook. Okay. Okay. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I mean, personally. We'll do this in swing 18 because I don't trust that they didn't have a Flusterstorm there. Oh, they went Solitude. Okay, well. Dog, how? Okay, well, I suppose that's fine. We'll just attack your Teferi. I didn't think that we would be losing the game like this. I mean, if we hit another Iron Crag feat, hand kind of slaps. Okay, so this is 3, 4. Okay. If you got Spell Pierce. Nope. No Spell Pierce. We win next turn if you can't get rid of this. Can you get rid of it? You gotta have another color. Another color to Prismo it. Oh crap, they might be able to, like, extra color. No, they can. Oh my god, they can also Leyline Binding. That's so bad for us. Oh, that sucks. Dude. This sucks. Domain control? Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Why? Okay. Okay. We're back. We're back in the driver's seat. Not going to crash out. Even though it would be totally justifiable at this point. Opponent's getting a meticulous archive. And they're just going to tick up Teferi, play the archive. Bro. Alright. Can you do it again? I mean, opponent can just, like, tick up their Teferi and, or down tick their Teferi, bounce this, and make it so we have to wait another turn. What do you have, opponent? What, do you have a... Okay. Good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Alright. So, bringing in this other Blood Moon. Taking out this defense grid. Run it like that. And yeah, run it just like that. Alright. Game number 3, we're going to be on the play with a no turn anytime soon Blood Moon because there's no land. I mean, this hand's not doing much either. We can Bitter Reunion into a thing, but it's kind of it. Mystic Peak. Strike it rich. And honestly, I don't even know if doing the strike it rich there is that good. Okay. Okay. Ruby Medallion on the stack. Your Misty Rainforesting for an island. You are a bad person, opponent. You're not actually a bad person. But that consigned to memory really is whack. Okay. You gonna let me pop off this bitter? Heck yeah. Okay, so what are all the things that we would like to be able to do if we could hit Stormscale next turn would be the best. Stormscale, no counter, no consign. Okay, you island cycle into another meticulous archive. The likelihood that they don't have a consigned memory here would be insane. I mean, we weren't raised to be cowards. We weren't raised to be cowards. Please don't have another consign. Please don't have another consign. Please don't have another consign. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Victory Screech. Victory Screech. Okay. Rude. With the solitude. My dude. Still getting hit for a crisp 28. Attack with all creatures. Let's go. All right, see you guys in match number 5. Match number 5, and we're going to be on the play. I mean, this just turned 2 Blood Moons. So, like, we can kind of keep it on the back of that alone. We will Shatter Skull, Strike it rich. And then it's just Desperate Writ into Blood Moon Like that. That does it. Wait, no, 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 no. Don't skip through the turn. Don't skip through the turn. Dang. First force of negation that I have seen all night. And it is in response to a turn 2 Blood Moon. That's crazy. Alright, well, next turn we're just going to Bitter Reunion, getting rid of a Bitter Reunion. Opponent goes Lush Portico. What are you running that's 3 colors? Oh my god, you're another control deck. Why are you control people like this? Dog. Okay. Well, I guess good news is next turn we can go Ruby into Blood Moon, or Ruby into Bitter, and do some cool stuff. You're going Shardless? Your Rainbow Footfalls. Your Rainbow Crashing Footfalls. Nah, that's like definitely not okay. On like multiple levels, that is so heinous. Okay, well, unless we hit a ritual, because Manamorphose doesn't give us enough. It's literally ritual or bust here. Okay. Love that for me. I just lose to that. Cool. Alright. So, Blood Moon in. Vexing Bauble in. Glimpse the Impossible. And honestly, one of these Strike It Riches can come out too. Those are only good if we're comboing. Vexing Bauble stops them from at least doing one of their things. Yeah. Alrighty, we're gonna be on the play. And hand does nothing. Like, we can Belcher on 3. Guess that's fine enough. No, we can't. We can't Belcher on 3. We can Belcher on 4. Opponent's mulliganing to 5. That's cool. If we had Blood Moon, it feels sick. Just gonna Spike Field on 1. Shatter Skull on 2 into Bitter Reunion, discarding Bitter Reunion. And it's like, this opponent's definitely not going to have a way to get rid of most of our stuff. Like, they're really focused on doing their own thing. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to bitter into hopefully better cards. Okay. So it's bitter make 2. That's 4, 5. Like, we didn't actually hit anything useful here, which is crazy. Okay, opponent goes and fetches Lush Portico. They're going to play Xander's Lounge. They have Domain. I mean, okay, we're actually going to start by playing this Pyretic. If you have Leyline Binding, you have Leyline Binding. But, like, I don't feel like I should be too worried about Leyline Binding of all things. Yeah. Alright. Hit me. If you got Force and Negation... Oh. Cool. I don't know why I didn't expect Besage. I should have put some respect on Besage's name. Alright, well, we're gonna just cast this. Put back 3 cards. Yeah, dog. Alright, so we drew nothing. Which is crazy that we hit nothing off of that. Gemstone Caverns. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Here comes an Ardent Plea. Oh, brother. We're getting hit with 2 rhinos. Alright. So, gonna just go red, red. And we're gonna do this again. Gonna go red, red. Can we get something besides Manamorphose? Like, please? Red, red. Okay, well, how do you feel about a bunch of Stormscale Scions, opponent? Do you like getting hit for just an obscene amount? Let me go through the stack. Don't you dare concede. Let me see the numbers. Let me see the numbers, Mason. What do they mean? Rude. Rude. Not even letting me finish my turn. Rude. Shame. Not changing anything, though. We are keeping this hand. We're keeping this hand just in the hopes of making our opponent sad. Cool. Do your ley line of the guild pact. I do not care. Yeah, dog. Okay. Vexing bubble. You need to ley line. Oh wow, they did have ley line. That is actually bad. Oh boy, they went Scion of Draco. That's bad too. Um, so it's Stoneforge, this, and then what's crazy is next turn if they don't have a counterspell, we win. Okay, their last two cards has to be blue card counterspell in order to beat us. Has to be blue card counterspell. There has to be blue card force. There's no way that it's exactly blue card force. Okay. Okay. We're definitely not filled with rage. Definitely not filled with rage that their last two cards were exactly blue card and that, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. We had a 3-2 league, and I'll see you guys in the wrap-up. Okay, so what do we think about Mono Red Belcher Storm? The deck finished with a solid 3-2 record, only losing to Force of Negation decks. Force of Negation has definitely been on a downtick in Modern recently, so with that being said, I think this deck does have the chance to do well, but it might honestly be better if you're just playing straight up Storm. There's a lot more resiliency in that deck, and while the draws can feel way more explosive in this, it just seems like there's more consistency in traditional Storm than anything else. Obviously, if you're running into blue decks, probably stay away from something that is reliant on a non-creature spell resolving in order to make your other things good. But this deck is sweet. The lines where we got to attack with a bunch of Stormscale Scions were good. The turns where we got to activate a Charge Belcher on like 3 were great. The deck hits when it really wants to hit. This is like a super slot machine-y deck. The cards have to align. The stars have to be in just the right spot. Venus has to be in retrograde or whatever it is in order for things to happen. Sideboard, what can you expect? I'd love to see some stuff that actually lets us deal with Force of Negation a little bit better. But again, can't complain when you're just a mono red weird ramp deck. But that's been everything. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, tell me what decks you think I should play next. I'm going to be in Minneapolis this coming week. Are you? If you're up there playing in the RC, come by, say hi. I might be attempting to film short form content. So, hey, if you're also a content creator, let me know. I'll shout you out. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.